Well, hello. So today I'm going to do some amazing reveals for Peace and Love Rally, something that I've been working on for a while. And just a background story on Peace and Love Rally, just for those of you that don't know. In 2005, I started doodling. I started doodling these particular elements. I would take the word hope and I would, play around with it. I would take the French word for peace, and I would play around with it. And I would take the word for peaceful and whatnot. So I would take these elements and I would play around with them and do different things. Let's see, aspire. Ooh, aspire, evolve, evolve. So what you're seeing now, and there's hundreds of those. Those are the compilation. They are part of Peace and Love Rally. They are the cards that the characters play within Peace and Love Rally. What? Yes, there's a whole new card system within the card system. And basically all those cards are multiplication cards. They take your score and they multiply it. What? Yes. And they have their own dance moves. Those are not characters, they're just their cards. But you've got the cards going on. Now, this all started in 2005, and I started drafting and doodling. So that's Kapafi. That is Aharlene. Aharlene. There we go. These are printed cards, and this is Telefani. We have a couple more that are coming up. Not coming up right now, but I'm having them printed. So those are the cards that are out right now. I also have stickers. The stickers, these are all the characters that are currently out right now. And I also have prints. I also have various different prints. If you can notice the gloss in it, I have quite a few prints because I did an opacity study where I wanted to see how ink laid on different substrates being paper, and how it played, and I splattered ink and the visual effects and stuff like that. So it's a huge study. It's all in here. Oh my gosh. It's a huge study. You can see some of it right here. So you can see some of the characters. That one was a foil. This one is a gold painted paper. That was this Kapafi. That was this. I mean, Wroblewski, most famous. This is some more stuff right in there. So there's a bunch of characters all printed. It's a huge world. How does Peace and Love Rally work? Basically, the first stage of the game is adding your score. The second part of the stage, which is what I'm working on right now, is the multiplying element. You can play in different elements. You can play just the adding version and take out all the multiplication cards and then just play that way, or you can include the multiplication cards and learn how to multiply. Now, also, there is moves like elevated hip hop. What does that look like? So it inspires children and adults, to be like elevated hip hop. What is that? What would that look like? And the tone two steps, the tone two step. What does that look like? So, and it's the tone two step. You know, it allows children to be creative because I haven't really necessarily set up a move set for these particular moves, and I will in the future. But for the time being, I'm gonna let them sit and I'm gonna let them stew because I'm actually looking to work with a specific dancer, so they can help me work out the moves and get the moves out there and find out. So we've got a Don Rob Nacha doubles all day points. What? So if you have a bunch of day cards, then you can double your day points, the points that you would get for every day card that you have. And then early minuet plus 18 if you rolled up even. So the way that you play is you have the card, you pick the card. I'm not going to give you all the details, but you pick the card and you flip it depending on the move that you're choosing. You flip it. You flip it facing your opponent. So if the N is facing your opponent, that means that you're using the north move. If the east is facing your opponent, that means you're using the east move. So it would be like this. It would be whatever's facing your opponent is the move that you're using. And then you've got the stats. If you You see the stats right there. They're different than usually. Wisdom, love, peace, happiness, trust, unity, and then you can tell that in the typing. You don't need a little thing to be able to play the game once you realize how simple it is. It tells you the typing. Once you pick it up, it's one of those games that once you pick it up, it's very simple to play. And adults and children can play, and you don't need to go back and check on rules. You can just go ahead and move forward. And if you have any questions about the rules, you can always contact me. But the game's not out yet. But when it does come out, you can definitely contact me, and I'll let you know how this works. Thank you, and I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful year. I have, like I said, thousands of characters are in the making. And as a company, Peace and Love Rally doesn't have a limit as to how many characters we're going to create. We're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going. And the characters, of course, have transformations and they grow up. So, what do you think about all that? And I wish you a wonderful, wonderful year.